Okay, maybe I need to sit somewhere else. Um, Alright, I'm at work, waiting on for my relief. Sorry, I don't like my chin right now. I'm ashamed of myself. I've put on a few pounds during my trip. Um, so this is Saturday. I believe it's the 8th or 9th. Let me check. It's the 8th. I came back Monday, late Monday. Like 3:45 order. From my Arizona trip. Um, I might have to do a part 2 of this video because I don't know. I think I have enough time right now. The lady I sit with at her house is taking a nap. Her son should be here about 5:30, hopefully, because I've been here since 8:30 this morning. Been 9 hours, and I had to stay. I was supposed to be at work 5:30 p.m. Monday. I didn't get here till almost 4. And I had to wait on my brother to come get me because my mom had my car. She was at work and he was at the vet with his dog. So, needless to say, I didn't get home till almost 5. I had to hurry up, shower up, unpack, grab all my dirty laundry, bring it here. Oh, excuse me. A little gassy. Sorry, guys. So if you hear farts, I'm sorry. Okay, what was I saying? I get distracted so easy. So I had to do laundry, work from 5:30 that night. Well, my mom stayed till I could get here because I was a little bit late. Um, so basically here through 8:30 next morning. I was supposed to have been. I ended up staying the whole day to cover her to do so she can take care of some stuff. My time I was supposed to be here was from 5:30 to 9:30. The night, so it was only supposed to be 4 hours, but I was here the whole day. And I only had like Wednesday and was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday to clean my house, get yard stuff done, and have it out by the road by Friday for them to pick up. And I was here all day yesterday because I had to, again, fill in for my mom because we work with the same person. We had one other person out of town that was supposed to come in sometime today. And we have a night person that comes in, usually like stays the night 5 times a week. So I don't always stay the night. Sometimes it's 4 hours, like from 5:30 to 9:30. Sometimes it's overnight. Just depends on the day. So anyways, they couldn't come in and cover. So yeah, I had to do that, and then I worked 4 hours last night. Then I left at 9:30. Then had to be back here at 8:30. Of course, I had to get a few things done around the house. I didn't get to bed probably midnight. So I mean, I'm more rested than I was, but I was so tired. I kind of wanted to talk. I wanted to talk more about my trip a little bit. I might have to do another video about that. Um, Next Saturday, I went out of town again to Nashville for the 3rd time. Sorry, I did 2, but 3rd time this year. I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, I'm not because I've already been there twice, and it's like we're visiting family, and I've already been there for all together close to 3 months. So it's just separated. I don't know if it's just because my uncle's just having it rough health wise, but I know I mentioned in another video that it was really hard for me to deal with, and he just seen a whole nother side of him. He just seems so miserable, and miserable company, and he was making everybody else miserable there. And I told my mom, it's like, the only other time I will go is if she goes or somebody else in the family goes. I am not going back by myself because, like, my hair is such a mess. I had to keep redoing it. I've been cleaning all day and cooking and make sure she's not getting into anything. So I'm grateful she's taking a nap. I just wish I could take a nap right now with her. But it's so, because we're leaving like within 30 minutes. That's not going to give me enough time. I don't fall asleep that fast. I don't care how exhausted I am. So, anyways, moving on. So we're going to be there 10 days at the max. We're going to be driving. It's not bad. It only takes 1 day to get there and 1 day back. It's like between 10 and 12 hours for us because we get out and stretch and use the bathroom a lot. I think that's helped me a lot in the past with my ankles and my feet. Which brings me to this last trip to Arizona. I had a lot of fun with the church, and we got to do like SeaWorld in San Antonio. That's like the first place we went to. That was like, I think, our halfway mark. Um, sorry, I'm still like coughing. I didn't realize how dry Arizona was, and it's like not coughing as much, but I'm like, there's still a little bit of cough. But I haven't been drinking as much water today as I should, and it's been maybe 2 hours since I had my last water. So, but I think that was the whole room. The entire time I was on my trip, it's just like all of our throats were so dry. We're all coughing. And I was like, I swear I don't have COVID. Like, I know somebody looked at me and were like, oh, you must have COVID. I'm like, no, that's just dryness, Arizona dryness. But I had so much fun in San Antonio. We were able to get into 3 of the, I think it was 6 or 7 haunted houses. I don't remember which, because when we looked at one other place, I think Six Flags. I think they had 6, and I think this one might have 6 or 7. It was around the same amount of little things to do, and I think we did a good job on picking out the SeaWorld. Not only it was a little bit more affordable to get in, we were able to get group discounts, and we were actually able to do a little bit more. The wait time for a lot of the haunted houses, they said it would take up to an hour and 30 minutes. I think it only took us an hour and maybe 30 minutes or so. Another one. The other one didn't take us that long. It was maybe near 30 minutes, but it wasn't quite 30 minutes. But we got through that one really good. This assembly line, I definitely go through that one. Definitely. That was the best one. That was the last one we got to go. The theme park closed at 11, so we had to hurry up, get through that stuff. We first started off with the Jack the Ripper show. That was really good. I don't know if the stomp was any good or not. I've seen YouTube videos about it. Do this. I gotta. It's crazy because like I mean, I kind of jumped out, but I did a lot of walking while I was in Texas and in Arizona. But I guess because the food, I put on weight. And I'm like, oh, it seems like it's going up there. Okay, I need to stop. I need to stop looking at that. So, anyways, I got one of those refillable SeaWorld cups. Spent too much money on that. I know, but that's the only souvenir I wanted from there. Um, I don't know what to really say about the other two. Um, haunted houses. I know a few people in the group that was going. I think it was like 34, 35 of us together. Um, it from what the ones that had the fast passes, and the group of us that went that didn't have the fast passes, I think we both kind of agreed on which ones were the best. Like the only good one was that this assembly line. That one was horrible and like so cheesy, like beyond cheesy. We're at the end of the one in the Guy Harvey building, and I'm like, "Is this it?" And one of the workers like, "Yep." I'm like, "Okay." I was like, now that I caught myself, I was like, "I'm so sorry. I was just expecting more. I don't know why, or it being longer. I think we waited longer than we actually had time to go through the thing." It, I just the group I was with was laughing at me like, "Hey, Karen." I was like, "Well, it's not scary, and it wasn't much." And it was just like, I don't know what to say. I'm like, I probably should have said it how I said it, but hold on, my mom's calling me. I'll get right back to the video. See y'all guys in a minute. Oh, okay, I'm back. That was just my ride. Yeah, we're just stuck with one car right now. It's mine, but my mom's driving it like she stole it. I don't mind helping her out, especially since right now we're staying together, and it's just, yeah, and trying to help her out as much as I possibly can. Especially since the whole thing with COVID, when that started, right before we knew it was more worldwide, I was in the hospital facing surgery. They got it, ended up having to. Just had some intestinal issues, not going a whole bunch there. I might talk about it in one other video. And I ended up with COVID before. I worked in the school cafeteria. I think I mentioned that several times in other videos. I ended up getting sick the week before I was supposed to go back to work. And it was the day before I was supposed to go do 1 day training, because we had to do that every year. Because it's usually something changing. And it was COVID that lingered for months and months, especially the cough. And I'm just now, like, last few months, getting more of my energy back. Got on some vitamins, which really helped. The zinc, vitamin A, C, those things really help. And I ended up having to get on vitamin, was it not D2, D3, like a 5,000 milligrams. I'm like, how? I go in the sun, I drink milk, I do this, that, but I guess it's a different type of vitamin D. And I was very low on it, apparently, from what my doctor said. So, anyways, feeling a lot better. I feel like I could improve more. I'm just hoping losing weight would help with that. Because I put on a ton of weight the last 2-3 years at the most. It was kind of smaller, 140s at one point. And it's just a lot going on with the job, and I was hurting a lot, and I already had physical issues, and that job I had with the cafeteria made it so much worse because they were making me lift stuff that they already knew I couldn't lift, and like I fell a few times, hurt my back, my shoulders, I had several concussions from that job, so like a lot of neck and shoulder issues. It was really bad. Like there's times I came home from work in so much pain that like all I did was take a lot of ibuprofen and go lay down. I didn't care about eating at the time, or I might eat a little bit of something and go straight laying down. And as y'all know, it's new. Never eat, never lay down after you eat. I mean, it's just, that's a mess. So it's slowly coming off, and fortunately, I put a few pounds back under the 10 days. So hopefully this week I can, even if it's just a pound, I'll be happy with that. And at least when we go to my uncle's, there's trails right there. I can walk around. I can walk there. I can walk around the neighborhood. We plan on doing some things that involve a lot of walking. So that'll be good. I know probably need more than just walking, but right now I'll take anything I can do. I think I went walking twice this week. I've done my exercise bike once this week, and there was a couple days I didn't. No, there's 2 days I did do the exercise bike, but I don't know, those don't really burn a ton of calories at one time, but I'm like, it's late, 10, 11, 12 o'clock. I need to do something before I go lay down and go to sleep. Yeah, so I'm usually up late. I wish I was one of those people that can go to bed early, get up early, but it just hasn't happened. But anyways, yeah, so I was talking about my trip. Definitely do SeaWorld during Halloween. They have it all set up. I've already done my videos of the pictures I've taken and videos. The whale thing was neat. My concern is just they have all those like 4 or 5 whales in that tank, and it's just like, I don't know if that's so much room or not, but you know, me being a big person myself, I need some extra room. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to be entitled, but I mean, we live in an age where people are different sizes. There needs to be accommodations. Yeah, we could all lose weight, but you know, some people are big because of thyroid issues, because of medicines like asthma. Certain asthma medicines piles on the weight, and I only know this because of people I know, family and otherwise, that has asthma, that has thyroid issues. My mom being one of them, her mom and her mom's mom. So I keep my thyroid in check. I can lose weight. It's a lot harder, and it comes very slowly, and it's like, I almost feel like I can't eat really, and I have to work my butt off just to lose any kind of weight. That's one thing I want to do. It's like the whole 30 Daniel plan thing that worked for me in the past, like as far as eating wise. So I'm gonna start putting money towards that. You know, to eat better, healthier. So anyway, I don't know, I get distracted. I'm all over the place. I'm supposed to be talking about my trip. So definitely recommend SeaWorld during Halloween. Okay, I think my mom's here. I was like, I'm just hearing voices out there. One thing, I love the conference thing because we go every year to a conference with the church, and it's good to get spiritually fed. I got to know people better, closer, have closer relationships with others, and I think they're here, so I'll come back and let them in, and I'll finish this video later. Alright, might be tonight, but oh, sorry, getting notifications off the phone so I can see the time. Okay, I'm back. Trying to finish my video from Saturday. It's now Monday. We've just been so busy. I thought I would have time Saturday to finish it. Sorry. So I'm trying to get ready. I'll go for a walk and do some cleaning. So anyways, back to my video. So I know how my trip was. So it was pretty good. I would definitely do this SeaWorld in San Antonio again. But some of the haunted houses, I don't think I would do again. Not to pick on them or anything, but a couple of them were so cheesy, it wasn't even funny. It was one in the the second place we went to is the Guy Harvey building. Right in front of it's like a gift shop on the side, and they have the great white, shark or what it's called, the ride behind it, it's all blue. That haunted house was really cheesy, like, and it was short. Like, we spent most time going around in circles looking at dolls on a wall. And I'm surprised I didn't kick my group out because we were just cracking up jokes about stuff like the whole haunted house. And at the end, I'm like, this is it? And the lady was like, yeah. I'm like, oh. And I got my stuff. I was like, sorry. Because, like, it's just not what I expected at all. I feel like they could have put a little bit more effort into stuff. I'm trying to remember the first one we went to. It was near the entrance. We waited over an hour, or about an hour, to go in. It was okay. It was better than the one that was in the Guy Harvey building. And now the third one we went to, I think it had like 6 or 7 of them. We didn't get to do all of them. We didn't have fast passes, which I now wish I had paid extra for that. We could have gone through all of them really quickly, but my favorite out of 3 of them was this assembly line. Now that was really good. Even my pastor was saying the same thing, because he was asking me the next day, oh, how did you like it? Because it's my first time going to anything like that, into the conference thing. And yeah, I asked about it months ago. Hey, can I go this year since I didn't get to go? Because they try to keep it more for couples and single guys. They do let single ladies go, but I know last year they were limited on how many people can go. It was limited seating for some reason at the conference in Arizona. I guess because COVID was still affecting people in the area. And the building they were able to hold it in could only fit so many people, from what I gathered. So anyways, we have both said the same thing about that same place. So, I think I got this thing too low on a stand. Yeah, so that one was really good. I suggest going to that one. I don't know how the one is down here in Florida. I haven't been to that one. I definitely would like to go. And I know different places, although it's maybe a chain, it's a little different. Some are good, some are like, oh, I don't know. And there's some that are like in between. So, anyways, I had a lot of fun, made a lot of memories, and I rode just about everything except for I think 1 or 2 water rides. Which, I mean, I didn't care if I went on or not. You know, it was kind of, wasn't like too hot, but it was good to get some relief. I love looking at the scenery through the window. So I did a lot of that on the bus on the way to Chandler. Now we did stop in Benson. It's called Benson. Let me check. Yeah, Benson, Arizona, which is 2 hours out of Chandler. And we stopped at this well, it's a small museum. So I'm trying to focus my hair too. It's not going to be perfect, but I ain't trying to press anybody right now. Anyways, this is a small museum. It's called The Thing. It's kind of cheesy but cute. I'd rather go through that than some of the haunted houses I went through, because they were extra cheesy. I don't know if I should say that or not, but to me they were cheesy. You know, when I was small, I was able to watch all the horror movies, TV shows, and not get scared. And I think a lot of it is because I know it was fake, but they did a better job of like presenting their stuff. So anyways, this is the stuff that they give you this at when you pay your ticket for the museum, and it's only $5. It's not bad. And so it's basically like a conspiracy theory type thing, where like what if kind of thing, like, well, what if aliens came down and ruled over the dinosaurs and used them for warfare and stuff like that. I mean, they give you a whole thing like this to read. And the thing on the back, let's see, this is where it's located. I don't know if y'all can see that, but just pause it if you had to. It was interesting, and they have this at the very end. They have something that you don't expect it, and it's supposed to be the thing. You have to figure it out, and you won't know what it is until you get there. It's definitely something I was not expecting, and the group I went in with wasn't expecting it either. There was some of us that never been in there, but apparently other people in the group have, so it was just a handful of us, or almost two. But hell, was all fun. I got the video, and I posted that with some of the other videos. I did a video compilation. I can't speak right now, but that was fun. They have a gift shop in there, and they have Dairy Queens on the side where you get 10% off of any item you want, or just your ticket. We stopped there all the way there to Chandler and all the way back to Florida. Let's see. Oh, so we did that. Made it to Chandler. Chandler is so beautiful, like especially the downtown area. And we stayed at one hotel that was like within walking minutes of a lot of the eateries and stuff like that. We went to this place. I want to call it ghettos because of how it spells. It's just, they replaced the H with a Y. I can't say it right. We only had one person in the group that knew how to say it properly because they're Hispanic. And I'm like, wait a minute, how do you say it again? And I had to apologize. I'm like, I will eventually get it. It takes me a while to get stuff like that. Now I'm slowly learning a little bit of Spanish, and I want to learn more. I also want to do sign language too, because that's like my first language I love, like fell in love with. And there's a lot of deaf people out that, like, I have a heart for deaf people, you know. But the whole week it was really good. We got to hear seminars in the morning from Tuesday to Friday. We got to hear 3 people talk. Monday night through Friday we had hear one person talk, and it was all really good. I didn't really have a favorite until Thursday. Like, all the seminars Thursday morning, and then that night it was so good. And Thursday night was international night, so they, just letting people know, because it's a fellowship church. I know there's several different fellowship churches out there. I know they all do different stuff. I'm not sure how everybody does it. And, I know, like, our church isn't like the only one that puts people out there on the field. I know the Assembly of Gods, they put out different churches too, and they're really good church. If you want to looking for a good church, that the CFM churches, or I think that's how you pronounce them. There's people like Tony Evans, Lulu Giglio. Definitely go to their church if you're in those areas. There's a good few out there. If you're looking for a good Bible preaching church. And the Kendrick brothers, I don't know if everybody knows them. They put out Christian movies, but they have awesome testimonies. They preach it, You know, you can tell they're godly people. I wouldn't want to steer anybody wrong with the churches. But you have to be careful of certain churches, though, because it's getting where, like, a lot of them are letting things happen that are not biblical into the church. So, if you really get into your word and know, like, what it says, and just really pay attention. You know, God will reveal things to y'all. And if they're preaching something that's not in that Bible, don't go. And anyways, back to what I was saying. The whole conference was really good. And they had one theme, but me and some of the girls were talking, and it was like almost like, yeah, they might have a set theme, but to us, the theme to us that kept repeating itself, that we know is like, it's not all about you, it's about God. And it's true. It's like when you become a Christian, it gets to where, sorry, shampoo I'm using is not doing too good. Flakes. That really helped me, because like I've had some violations, stuff like that that's happened with someone that's no longer in the church, and I do see them once in a while. They go to another church, but they keep bouncing to different churches, and it's like, I don't say anything with, not to say nothing bad about them, but it's just like they're not being a Christian that they're supposed to be, and they claiming to be one, and it's like they want to be able to sin and be able to get away with it. Just put it that way. And as when somebody notices that they're not doing right and say something, it's like, oh, I'm not being spiritually fed here, I'm going to leave, I'm going to go to another church. It's kind of like that. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's happened, and so I was pretty close about a lot of stuff, and it's like, I really had to struggle for a few years. So, like, I've been kind of feeling like especially this past year, I know God dealt with me to start praying for a husband, like, last year. I'm sure nobody wants a big chunky girl like how I look. I'm like, let me lose some weight first. But this year I kind of feel like God's wanting me to be more open about things like He wants me to do. And like all Thursday it was like that, like more or less like confirming what God was doing with me about, and just like being more open. I might not be a pastor's wife, but what if God wanted me to be? I need to be open to that and to anything else. And it's just like, I know God was all over it, and I know it was a given. Like, yeah, as a Christian, you should be open to whatever God wants you to do. But it's just like, I know how to deal with certain things, and I just kind of had it been hard. So I'm like, well, because dealing with that, then that's what I need to do. So, and I had to share that with some people too, you know, the girls I shared a room with, because there's 4 of us, and one of them has a daughter that went with us, and she came through to our room here and there, and yeah, I got a chance to talk to them and share my testimony and all. It was really good. But we had good spiritual time, like, together as, you know, people in the room. But we also had a lot of fun. And I don't know if anyways, I should be able to say it like on YouTube, but it wasn't like nothing bad. But it was just like, we kind of like a bunch of guys in there with the farts and all that stuff. And that's all I want to say. But it's just, we had a good time too. We had time to reflect on what was said, and we asked each other like, oh, what did you think about this or that, or like this, you know, I don't know what it's called, some of it, it's like, what do they call it? I don't know, I forgot. I just done forgot, but we just got kind of asked each other like what we got out of it, and then like next thing you know, we're doing something funny and goofy and stupid, and we're just laughing too hard, and like, I think we needed both of those things, you know. A good combination is like, if you're gonna be a Christian, you can't be all sour and unhappy. I mean, you still laugh and joke and do stuff and have fun, and just not maybe in a way that you would have before you got saved and born again. And that means you repented from your sins, you turn away from those things, your old lifestyle, you're going to serve God. Basically, you're inviting Him into your heart. I mean, I think I want to do a steady thing on that. I know after this, I want to do what I got to do. Do this, record those studies. I'm sorry, my mind's like all over the place. I'm like still half asleep. But yeah, I had a really good time that week. It's just like the ride on the way home. I did have to deal with a few people with attitudes near the end of it. I was like, oh my gosh, like I wasn't expecting that out of certain people. I'm like, there's certain people I knew for years that I knew it was kind of like that, but I'm like, you know what, no, I just pray for them, look over it, talk to them if I had to. But it was just a lot of stuff that happened, and then we drove 2 days straight, and I'm like, I was worn out. Maybe got 2 hours of sleep at that whole time. So you know how like sleep deprivation like really affects your mind. And we're already on that bus 2 days. My feet and my ankles were so swollen that parts of it I couldn't really feel it, and if I bend it, it hurt. I already had back issues and shoulder pain, all that stuff already beforehand, and it got worse when I was on there. My knee never hurts, and it was hurting, and it was just one knee, my right one, no, my left, excuse me. So it was just interesting. My patience was wearing thin. I was getting aggravated. People have to deal with people's attitudes, and it was just like, I think we're all tired and just ready to be home. Like most of us, it was like, no, let's just drive through. Got 6 more hours. But we ended up having to stop in Pensacola, and I had extra expenses I had to put on my debit that I wasn't expecting to, and so I'm like, that was kind of getting low. I'm like, how am I going to pay for an extra room? And I don't know why I was put as a room leader. I'm like, that was a last minute thing, and I'm like, I had to hurry up, put money in the account, because I was only putting enough to cover bills each week, and I've been trying to save up the rest of it for this trip, and I had to put a good amount in just to cover hotel rooms, which, I mean, I knew it was a possibility that we had to stop, but I was like, I pray we don't have to stop. I pray we don't have to stop. I'm like, well, we were supposed to have a third driver. It was on 2 of them. The other person did not be able to go. And we definitely needed more. I think we need more people rising up to help drive a bus and that are able to go. I mean, I know they were wore out. They were driving 6 hours each, and they're trying to sleep in the back. But they actually were able to lay down at least, and stretch out, like the rest of us. And I'm not saying like, oh, they were better than us or anything like that, but they had it a little bit better, like as far as sleeping arrangements and being able to stretch out. When it was their time to get off of the driver's seat and try to get some sleep. But no, I think we need more people doing that. And we probably should have stopped the first night or something. But it was just, I don't know. We all were ready to go home. And I asked somebody to pray for me because like my patience wearing down. I'm getting aggravated, just in some pain. It wasn't like I was trying to like full on complain and be rude and nasty, and I just had a lot of other stuff going on. And someone I was not expecting. And the only thing I didn't like about the trip is had one person try to not fully, I guess they didn't fully grasp what I was saying, and they were trying to read too much in between the lines, which didn't really need to read in between the lines because there was nothing there. I said what I said. It was what it was. I will even put on what I said on this video. I'll put that in there on WhatsApp. So I had somebody get all over me about what I said, and it was nothing wrong. I even showed it to I had to talk to my mom about it, because I know she was here, and we both have the same Bible study leader's wife. And it was just like, what she said was just so rude, and it was just like, I couldn't believe it. I showed it to my mom. She came up and talked to my mom, talking some crap, and it was to the point where my mom, hold on, my cat's in here, brother's cat's in here, I don't know what's going on. Anyways, it was just like, and I had somebody else say stuff that was like nowhere what I had said, and I'm like, where in the heck is this stuff coming from? I know what I said, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't like I was making, they were trying to act like I was making somebody a liar, and I wasn't trying to do that, and it was a whole bunch of other crap. Like, one thing I learned is, like, I expect the same to be upset, because, like, oh, I went to this conference, I got some things out of it, I got stirred. You expect that, but you don't expect stuff coming from church members. But I think we got that situated when I got back, but my mom ended up having to go to our Bible study leader's wife and talk to her about what was going on, because one of those people that was talking against me was also in our Bible study. Me and her talked, and the other lady, I'm giving a little time. I know my mom had talked to her. I think we got some stuff worked out there. That was just interesting. So when you go to things like this, or go somewhere that it gets stirred up, and you get some things right with God, and it's just, you'll be amazed, like how things come out of the woodworks, and people start talking stuff that I'm like, where do you get this stuff from? Like, stuff like that, like, being attacked, in the spiritual and the verbal, stuff like that. It's just expected. Not to say nothing against those people, but I just, sometimes the devil will use people, even in the church, to say stuff. And sometimes I was like, hey, you're reading too much into this, didn't finish reading what I said, you got automatically just jumped, and like, oh, I gotta say something to this, and they were getting stuff out of it that wasn't even there. So yeah, and I even posted something else on Facebook and on WhatsApp, and it was just like, I'm like, okay, this is not what I was saying, this is what I was saying. And it's like, I probably shouldn't have had to put stuff on there like that, but I just feel like I need to back myself up, just in case. It's like stupid stuff like that. Like, to me, sometimes, like, some people want to be petty and just take stuff up to even the pastor to deal with. I'm like, pastor and his wife does not need to deal with that stuff, and it's just, it's not that serious. Like, if you're just wondering, like, what I meant by something, come talk to me. Don't just verbally throw up on me. That's how I am. Let's talk face to face, whatever. So I feel like I have to be even more careful sometimes, like, with what I say. That's the only thing I really didn't like about the trip, and it was right at the end of it. But everything else was really good. I didn't really like the whole swelling, the feet, and everything. But I get it, because we're on the bus. We're driving for hours and hours, sometimes through the night, whatever. It's expected, but it just didn't help. Sometimes when you already have physical issues as it is, and so that's like, I want to tell people, like, you can't really do a whole lot of judging there when you're not in that person's life, you're not in their feet. And it's like little things make things even harder sometimes for people physically. As I said before, like, because of physical issues, I've put on so much weight, because I would come home like almost in tears because I was hurting so bad. because of the job I had before I got the one now. And I had to quit that after last September after 17 years. It was because I already had physical issues, and they were wanting me to do more certain physical aspects of the job that they knew I could not do, and it wasn't fair. I feel like I feel a lot better. I'm actually losing some weight. It's slowly, but better slowly than none at all. So anyways, off of that little tangent, I'm sorry guys, but just know what to expect, and please don't be rude with other people when they're saying, hey, pray for me. I'm just what I'm going through. And I was being more careful with what I was saying, because I didn't want to tell everybody what was going on. And certain people I had issues what was going on with, that was giving me attitudes beforehand. One of my WhatsApp was on my Facebook, so I didn't want to name those people out. I was just like, hey, things are going on, things are popping up that I wasn't expecting, and I'm just not in the right frame of mind. I'm trying to pray for myself. I'll also just reach out for other people, like, hey, I feel like I need other people helping me in prayer. But I had one person that really did help take time with me and like really pray for me and like talk to me, and it helped me talk to me, and it helped me calm down. And it's like, from one of those people that like a lot of people wouldn't expect, especially in our church. But anyways, moving on from that, but we did have fun. We got to watch some movies on the bus, I know we had to be careful with certain things, movies as Christians, nothing with a whole lot of cussing, especially nothing with nudity, sex, and using God's name in vain, stuff like that. We went through, I can't remember what city it was, but it was in Louisiana. We seen the most Florida thing ever. That wasn't in Florida. It must have been from Florida. There was this property that had some old beaten up cars, and one had the hood up. It was on the engine or whatever it was on fire. And it looked like it was right in the middle. It started from the back all the way to the front. And the guy's got his hands on his hips, just sitting there looking at it. I'm like, wait a minute, he ain't going to do nothing about that, or he's just going to let it burn. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, that's so much of a Florida thing. Like, that's Florida man right there. After we passed it, I was like, darn, I should have had that on video. So I knew we were passing by it on the bus, but I could at least capture a little bit of it. But I was like, we all needed that laugh. It was just, because it was one of those days. Like I said, we were traveling 2 days straight. Some of us barely got any sleep or any at all. And some people, I'm like, dang, you can't be tired. You slept the whole time. But yeah, so we stopped in Pensacola, 6 hours away from Jacksonville. But we got here Monday. So I've been working all day, like all week, cleaning. Now I gotta work on cleaning the house again this week, which should be doing that every week, even if it's just once a week. I gotta pack, going back to Nashville Saturday. Like, part of me don't really want to go. Not that I don't want to see family. I've been there twice already. Spent over a month each there. So, just like, I'm on Nashville now right now. I want to try to take some video from there. And I might do a Jacksonville video Friday if I have time. If not, I'm definitely recording the Bible studies though. And I want to try to have them ready. There's 4 I want to do. That's going to be in a series. So expect one fully Sunday. If I don't record them today, I would do, try to do one every day, or for 4 days or something like that. So I'm going to work those out. So I know we'll be busy for 10 days, starting Saturday. So I want to be able to record them and just be able to upload them. So I'm glad we got back. I know when we got up to the exit to our church, because we had several people drove up and had to put their cars in the back of the church. We had a gate right there, so any way anybody could get back there is if they had a key to open that gate, or they jumped back there and smashed through it. So some people drove up there, and some of us had to meet us up there to get us. So it was so funny. It was just like, it is to us, but it was just like, we had one person speak up. They're like, "Oh, I see Whataburger." I'm like, "Ew, I don't like Whataburger. Only for the chicken strip sandwich, the barbecue, honey barbecue." And another person goes, "Oh, I see Publix." And I love Publix. Another person is like, "Oh, I see a homeless guy on the corner. Yes, it was on." And so it was funny. Like, if I don't know, like, on the west side, well, it's prevalent in Jacksonville, period, but you see a lot of them on the west side, and where west side of Jacksonville and Orange Park borders, it's like, you see a lot of homeless people, not in downtown. So they're always carrying signs in west side. "Oh, I'm a vet, I'm this and that and the other, I need money." And some will be looking just as good as us that aren't on the street, that actually work and have our own place. So just let y'all know like how they look. So, but yeah. So it's funny. And then like we pulled into the church parking lot. But yeah, they were acting like they were so excited to see all those things. And we got in the parking lot, and everybody started clapping their hands like, we are ready to be back. Like, we had fun and a great time, but it's like, all right, we're ready to get back in our own beds and unpack and just sleep. Most people had the rest of the day off where they could just like unpack and throw their laundry in the wash and dry and go to sleep. I had to come back and clean and work and a whole bunch of other stuff. And our pastor's like, "Where's everybody? Usually they come meet us." But a lot of people got off work a little late and had to hurry up and get there. So, and my mom was at work. She had my car, couldn't come get me because I told her, "Yeah, you just use my car while I'm gone. I don't care." That way, like, at least I don't like my car just sitting there for days at a time and not be cranked up at least. So we got that stuff done. My brother came and got me after he left the vet with his dog. I had a good time. I was just tired, but I'm grateful that I was able to get some sleep and rested. And I might do a video. Someone blessed me with some really cute clothes last night. So, thanks, Bree. So I might do that. But I got some things I might have to do when I get back, but I know I had to clean and pack. I was hoping to finish with my car, like my old car, like detailing it. I just don't want to sell it and it be, and it's not like it's nasty, but it's just like, you check leaves in there and dirt sometimes here. It depends on what kind of driveway you have. And I parked on the side of the road. Part of it's like grass right there. So I know my side was kind of, like the passenger side was kind of messy. So I need to finish vacuuming that area. And I want to at least clean the seats. Just to make sure they're extra clean. So I'm selling my old car. I don't think my cousin's going to do it. Buy it. He only gave us like 100 or something. Almost 200. And he lost, that lose his job, he decided to walk away from it. And we told him he needs to get it no later than November. And here it is in October. So, anyway, it's going to be clean no matter who I sell it to, whether it's him or somebody else. So, I guess that's it. That's my trip. I don't know what else to say. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to say for the video, but it was really good. The trip was awesome. I will want to do it again. But I think I want to be careful who I room with. Yeah. I couldn't handle some of the snoring, and yeah, I don't sleep that good away from home. And my cat. I don't sleep well when I'm not at home. And like if someone snores, it's the worst. I know some people can't help it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't sleep. God help me. You just definitely start praying. God help you start sleeping. Definitely, even if you're not a Christian, it's like, because you need some relief. And it was just like, it was kind of hard. Oh, I have to say this advice. When you go anywhere, whether it's a trip or not, make sure you tip the maids at the hotel, because they have to work their butts off to clean that room. And I'm not going to say who it was, but there's some people I've seen that were very messy and dirty and didn't want to clean up after themselves and left food all over the floor, a whole bunch of mess on the counters, and was like, oh, well, the maid will get it. I'm like, no, you need to clean up after yourselves. They shouldn't have to do all that. They just do light cleaning and replace towels and wash them. They just said they were bedding. It's like, you're supposed to be intense, especially as Christians. People are looking at you, they're watching you. Clean up after your own selves. That is just so rude. I would be so upset if I had to go in a room and have to clean all that up. Actually, I had to clean up one room because of that. I was so embarrassed and ashamed of how it looked. Me being OCD as it is about being clean, that was kicking in eye year. Yeah, so don't do that to people. And make sure that even if it's just a few dollars, $5, if it's a room of 4, I'll pitch in at least $2, $3 here and there, like together. Something. It's better than nothing. I love that lady. My cat. Hold on, let me put him out. Kitten's over there, so I'm trying to be careful. There's another side of room I won't care. But yeah, so make sure you do that. I mean, you should feel bad for not cleaning up after yourselves. And to me, it's like you clean like you would at home. And I would say that partly, but I know some people, how they clean, they don't really clean. So just clean up just clean up after yourself. And this is sad. Even our pastor had to say this, and well, he's been told stories of some of the church members, and it's so shaming that people want to look at not just that the person, but the church as a whole. Like, we've had people that didn't tip their waitresses, and if it's just give them at least 15 to 20%, or even $5 at the minimum. Give them something. Give them what they're worth. I know some people aren't really good with waitresses and they got attitudes and stuff like that. Give them something. They might be going through something, you don't know. Or they just might have a stake behind attitude. You don't know. But he had to tell people, when we stopped at a restaurant, to to tip and make sure she got tipped well, because there was a whole group of us. The lady did really good. It took her a while to get stuff because there was a lot of us. But you know, I gave $10. One other person gave her $10. Two other people at our table didn't. Which, I mean, I knew one person didn't have a whole lot of money, so I was like, I'll cover her. But we made sure she got $20 tip, at least a minimum. So, it's, you know, people watching you, and if they find out that you're a Christian, they'll find out what church you go to. They will call up your pastor and tell him all about it. And he's had to say things over the pulpit like, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. This person was sitting there crying because she was treated horribly, had a bad attitude. Then didn't leave her left her a flyer for the church. How do y'all think that looks? I thought she ain't gonna want to come to church, not to this one at least. I thought they'll put her off from going to any other church because she thinks all Christians are like that. Well, some of us know not all Christians like that. Not all churches are like that, but there's some that do. So be careful about that. And be careful how you treat people. If you could add a little attitude, might be going through something. Just like, oh wait, go apologize to them. Like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm really going through it. I shouldn't have done that. Just whatever. Make it right. You know, I shouldn't have to say something, but I feel like I should. You know, just because there's somebody out there. You know, people are watching, especially as Christians, and you say you're Christian, people are going to watch you. They're going to criticize every little thing. There's some people that do. And you might be the only Bible, the only church that people see. Now, think about how your actions and how you talk and how you treat people reflects on the church. I've had to tell people, like, I'm sorry this person might have done that done that to you, but don't think that everybody in the church is like that, because they're not. You know, it's just a lot, you know. Be a testimony, be an example, be a good one, not a bad one. Make it right when you make a mistake. That's all I got. But, I just want to cry because of that. But I just felt so bad for the lady that was cleaning our room for the 5 days that we were in that one room. I even left cookies there for her. I was like, here's a snack for you. Here's I gave her $10. And I picked up what I could. Someone that had to check out, and we had to do it by a certain time. But I did what I could. I got all this stuff out. I think, bagged up 7 trash bags of trash in 2 days. That's in just 2 days. We were there 5 days. And I left tips at every place. I mean, I wanted to leave a little bit more a tip, but I wasn't sure how much. I was like, well, 10 should be good. Alright right now. I cleaned up most of that stuff. We had Clorox wipes. I wiped down every surface I could wipe down. I tried to make up as best as I could. All the little chips, crumbs, I couldn't hardly pick those up. So I'm like, I picked up what I could. And, you know, straightened up everything, threw out stuff. I got all the towels together on the floor right by the door so she could just grab and go. Sit there with the trash. I don't believe in being dirty and nasty, and they'll get it. And this came from somebody that was a mom and used to be a wife and was in a leadership position. They were a pastor's wife at one point. And yeah, I'm not gonna say their story or anything like that, because that's for them to share. You know, that's who I was having most attitude from. And one of the ladies that was in our room was like telling the lady, I'm so sorry for this room. Like the maid the day before, she's like, I'm so embarrassed by this room. She's like, please don't think all of us are like this. That's just 2 of them. And like, we're trying to keep it as clean as we can among this, you know. So I was like, yeah. And I even left the lady a note. I was like, apologized to her for how the room looked. I was like, told her I was trying to clean up as much as I could of it. That I appreciate what she does. was like, here's a tip, here's some cookies you can have too, and anything else you need. So that's what I did. So yeah, that was my whole experience, and yeah. I'll see y'all guys later. So hopefully y'all get a video out Sunday. I gotta do some stuff around here, and I want to start on the Bible study videos. So bye, guys.